today is leg day. I can't say that I've ever enjoyed legs, but I've enjoyed legs a lot more than I do now. After all the surgeries, I have scar tissue in my left knee, and so as I work out, essentially I'm slowly wearing away that scar tissue inside the knee, which sucks. It hurts. So yeah, there's that. But so I start off with stretches, and I'll do my stretches, and I'm gonna start really light with some light weight, and then I'll get into my regular. Alright, next up is knee sleeves. In the past, I wouldn't put knee sleeves on, and I would just do them when I lifted heavy. But obviously, after all the surgeries I've had, I'm gonna be using these knee sleeves for probably a while, a year or two, until I get my knees built up back to where I want them. So it takes a couple seconds to put them on to save you a long time recovery. I'm trying to find a shoe that's kind of flat when you're doing legs. Some people don't wear shoes, but you need arch support. Otherwise you can flatten your arches over time. So, I find Jordans. I love Jordans. For one, I have to wear a size 16 to 17, and that's about the only shoe I can order and be reasonable. I usually can find the sizes for like $79 or $100 in Jordans. Surprisingly, the bigger the shoe, I guess the less people will buy them. So, flat shoes, so that way your heel isn't higher. Because when you're doing squats, you're going to want to kind of sit back on your heels and power through your heels. You don't want to be on your toes when you're doing squats. So next up, I'm going to start warming up for squats. I learned when I was doing physical therapy that I hate air squats. I used to enjoy them, but just the pain when I do them. So, but I always start with air squats now. I know I do that with my arms, but I do it to make sure that I'm level. Because after surgery, I found myself trying to power through my right leg versus my left one, and I noticed if I put my arms out, I can keep myself balanced. So I have a smooth, straight squat. So I'm going to do enough of these so I get right nice and warm. And then I learned to warm up your glutes and your hip flexors. That should be enough. Now I'm going to warm up my hip flexors. So it's pretty easy, but usually you want to hold on to something. So maybe I'll hold onto the chair, because you want to be able to swing your leg without losing balance. I know it seems silly, again, but doing this for just a few seconds and warming up is worth it, because injuries suck. There's also another way I tell if I've done too much. If I've been having a really hard workout week and I'm warming up and it doesn't feel right, I'm not gonna go heavy. Okay, that should activate your muscles really good. Now it's time to do some light squats. Alright, so this is what I mean by light squats. 135. Just warming up again. As I go, I'm kind of judging how I feel. I'm going to go pretty slow in these first couple, just to make sure it's good before I step up the weight. So I have my feet marked on the floor, exactly where they stand. Once you find like that perfect spot of where you need to stand for squats, which is usually right out about shoulder width, and then your feet turned out a little bit. If you have them straight, puts a lot of pressure on your knees. If you turn them out just a little bit, like at 75 degrees or 80 degrees, shoulder width, then as you go down, it puts less pressure on your knees. Even more your hip flexors and glutes and your hamstrings and stuff versus your knee. Your knee is your weak point when you're doing this. So, something I learned over time. So, instead of constantly having to take a ton of time positioning and feeling if I'm in the right spot, once I found this spot, I use the Sharpie and I marked my feet on the floor so I know exactly where to stand. So just the tip, helps you stay consistent. Alright, I've done 3 sets of 10 on 135 and I just added to 225. Normally again, the belt's not something I would have broke out probably previous to knee surgery until I got over 500. Because it just didn't feel like I needed it. But I'm breaking it out now. Don't feel like you have to have an ego and go ego lift and then screw stuff up again. Where would you need a word lift? as I go heavier also, you notice I only did 6 reps on that one. And that's what I'll do the next couple of sets. So I'll do 3 sets, 6, until I'm feeling like super strong and doing it. And then I'll move it to 10. Like I said, I'm still breaking through scar tissue, and it's still painful when I'm working out with it. So that's why as I get heavier, I'm doing less reps. I'll still do the 3 sets, but I'm doing less reps. Okay, so I just finished my 3rd set of 225, dying. And then I dropped it back down to 135. I did 3 more sets, 10 reps at each, and now I just put it back to 315. And so this is just for fun. I'm gonna see what I can get out of it. If I can get 1, I'll be happy. Because so far, my legs are burning pretty good, which is the goal. So just shooting for 1. If I can get any more than 1, I will. That actually felt pretty good. Felt like I kept my form pretty good. Okay, so I just did 315. I'm gonna wipe the spot meat. Again, it's better safe than sorry. It felt really good. I got 1 solid rep in. Felt like I stayed stabilized. Form was good. But again, not trying to push it, so I'm gonna leave it at that for today. I've already done 135, 10 times, 3 sets. 225, 6 times, 3 sets. I dropped it back down to 135 and did that 3 more sets, 10 times each. And then now I'm going back to 225, and this will be my last one. I'm just going to try to get what I can get out of it. If I get 10, I get 10. If I get 12, I get 12. If I get 7, I get 7. But this is pretty much my burnout rep. So here we go. Whoa. Got 8, so that's pretty good. That's it for squats. Okay, now for back leg raises. It's a little awkward because I'm a giant. Being 6'7" and then trying to work out with normal machines that are made for regular people doesn't always work out, man. But you gotta use what you got, right? That was my left leg too, that I had the 3 surgeries on. So I'm gonna do that for 5 sets. I'm gonna try to get about 10 in each set. That should burn out the back of my legs pretty good. So I'm jumping in forward leg extensions. Now for some reason after surgery, every time I do these, my left knee really has a sharp pain right across the underneath of my kneecap. And it really takes some pushing to get through it. Usually once I get going, it gets better. Just right there, that pain hits. Right there, I have to push through it. Oh. So I normally take the first couple pretty slow. Also have to focus on using my left leg as much as I can, so that way my right one will overpower. You can see how tough it is. So, I've been at this for 1.5 years with my left knee, and for the longest I couldn't even lift my own leg up to do this for probably a good like 8 or 9 months. And now, I got 5 pounds, I can do 5 pounds, and now I can do pretty good amount, but nowhere near where I was before. My best right now is about 80 pounds just for this leg. But before all of this, I could do 175 per leg for 10 reps. So I'm going to focus on doing about 15 to 20 of these slow, and I'm going to increase weight as I go until I have this machine maxed out, which I think this is a 200 pounds or something like that. It's not a lot. Alright, this is going to be my last set of these. I haven't put everything on video obviously because I don't want to bore you to death. But, like I said, at 5 sets, I stepped the weight up each time. And now I'm pretty much everything the same machine has. And I'm just going to see how many I can get out of here. My legs are pretty burnt by now. Also, I'll show you calf raises. I've been doing calf raises in between every set of everything. Every set of squats, every set of these leg extensions, back leg curls. Calves, I really believe, is something you can't get enough of. So, like a lot like abs, you have to have a really strong core to be able to lift heavy. Oh, I don't know if you see my left leg shaking, but it's really hard to push past all that scar tissue and rebuild everything. Alright. Like I said, I've been doing calves every single in between set. So it's kind of my breather. In between sets, I do calf raises in my breather.
so that's it for now. That's it for my morning legs. This afternoon, depending on how many things I got going on, I go for a walk, about 30 minutes probably. If it's not raining outside, if it is, treadmill. When I say go for a walk, I mean like a very fast walk, like power walk. If you go walk, that's great, but you got to do it pretty quick so you can get some calories burned. And then I'll probably will do some overhead press later today if it's not raining. I did some shoulders yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to get overhead press in because it was raining outside. So if it's not, then I'll do overhead press later today. So if you enjoyed watching, please like and subscribe.